Hello and welcome to the Sheep Seats. I'm your host, Matthew, aka Sheep, aka Dark Sheep. And we have a world exclusive here. I think this has never been done. We have John. He is here tonight. He is drafting from the baseball field. Never before done. What's up, John?
What's going on? It felt like the right place to do this tonight.
Yes, John is a coach, a college coach, right?
High school coach. We have our alumni game tomorrow, so we're trying to get the field ready to go. And as you know, I've got the lines starting to paint the lines and all that.
So yeah, he was thinking he was going to be out by now, but he's not. So we get this fun. We got Spencer, we got Saints here, we got Nick here. Dogan is here, and actually, surprise. We are sitting in a lobby. We need 4 more people to start this thing.
Let's crank through it.
John is going to be in and out on the camera as he, goes between apps, but he's here in body and spirit. Ball is life.
There we go.
So yeah, 3 more and we'll get going. Shout out to MBF here, who became a YouTube member, and Eric Walling. Thank you, people. And we're full. So excellent. The show full of bearded guys. I think the best beard in Stacking Dingers so far. Yes, for sure. All right. Excellent. So if you don't know, John, as he is known in Underdog, is Botown. Former Boston guy, obviously not in Boston given the current weather of his surroundings now. But I met him last year because last year because he got 2nd and 4th in the Dinger last year. So congratulations again on that. If you can, if you're watching and you want to hear more about that, I did record an interview with him. Here on the recorded videos on the Stacking Dingers channel. So, yes, I haven't really given you much time to talk. What's up, John?
Same old, man. Just back at it. I'm glad that we're getting a chance to do this. It's an exciting way to do the Dinger. Definitely beats doing it from my couch.
Yes, excellent. We got Dan's here, friend of the show. Otherwise, it's don't recognize a lot of people. Dogan, thank you for the appreciation. I'm happy to go here. I'm gonna take Juan Soto here. Not gonna think too much. Did 30 entries last year, and one of them made the finals and placed 51st. Yeah,
nice.
That's awesome. One of the easiest ways to get hooked is to make the finals.
The baseball sweat hits different too. That 2-week finals, man, it's the most exciting baseball I've ever watched.
Exactly. You're watching, trying to fit in every at bat by all of your players.
I had a vested interest in Stephen Kwan
for the first time in your life. So yeah, what you're coming up here?
Alrighty. I'm gonna just jump into the app real quick.
Yep.
Oh, there we go, on the clock. That's an easy one. Are they going off live on yours? Yeah, it looks that way. All right, I can follow there then.
Yeah, we can leave that up.
Where did you end up picking?
I picked 3rd.
All right.
I have been doing some Acuna at 3rd, but I decided to go just at ADP with Soto here. Do have a question here in the chat. Thoughts on Suarez to Cincinnati? I think he is. That's basically, other than ending up in Coors, that's basically the best place for that he could have signed.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree there. Arizona would have been a nice to go back to. But in Cincinnati, he's already proven he can hit a bunch of dingers there.
Yeah, and that's what we want out of him. I do think we are, he's the sort of guy that is going to just fall off a cliff as he ages, I feel like. So
it's coming.
It's coming. I mean, we even saw it a little bit couple years ago, but yeah, it's just an awesome landing spot that I guess I haven't seen what his ADP is going to. He's still ADP 94.
Yeah, I think it was up over 100 before he signed.
Okay, yeah, but you look at what he scored and how he scores it, and it just fits into best ball perfectly. All right, so what's your overall thoughts so far this year on drafts you've been doing?
I'm team pitchers are still too cheap. The aces, the Cy Young guys, I think they're about right. Although in the last couple of weeks, both Skeens and Crochet have been falling into the second, late 2, early 3.
Yeah,
which is a fun spot.
and Skeens,
I've always liked pitching more than the field.
Yeah,
and so if those guys are gonna fall, I'm gonna own a lot of them.
Okay, and Skeen's the first one off the board today on this draft, which is not. I don't think I've seen happen. I've seen them, go together with Scooble.
Yep.
At the turn, but not the first one.
I think I've seen Crochet go first a couple of times, and I think I've seen Scooble mostly go first. But yeah, it's usually Skeens is usually the second or third one off the board.
All right. Well, since we'll do this for you. We'll take a Tariq Scooble and do an early pitcher draft.
All right. I'm trying to change pitcher ADPs.
Well, he fell five spots. So.
Yep. That's a good get for you.
Really tough to go infielder pitcher first, but you feel a lot more comfortable having that first outfielder and then going the pitcher.
I definitely feel better when I have the outfielder locked in. I think I get a little more loose. I'll push my outfielder off if it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I think I have a lot of teams that start infielder pitcher because guys, like Scooble just fell. You can't pass on him 5 6 picks past ADP.
Yeah. I'm on the clock here, and we are going to go. Let's take a Pete Alonso and build some Baltimore into this team here.
All right.
I'm going to queue up, I think.
This area is the hardest for me to project because I kind of like all of them. Alonso and Cal Raleigh.
Yeah.
Garrett Crochet. I love Matt Olson there.
Yep. Junior Caminero.
Even Freddie Freeman, I don't, if you're grabbing an infielder, that's a guy I expect to bounce back a little bit.
Yep. And I'm perfectly fine. I don't take a lot of PCA, but I get if you want to target his streakiness at this point.
Yeah.
Second outfielder.
In that spot, I typically am grabbing one of the other guys over him, but I get it. The speed power combo, it's hard to find.
Scotchy says, GM, what's up, Scotchy? Saints points out not many Soto Scooble teams.
Absolutely.
And he loves the Orioles this lately. Drafting also a lot of Ward for sure. Segs asks, PCA realistic outcome this year. I think the realistic outcomes are just all over the board for PCA. I don't think what he did was fluky in the hot parts of when he was good. The end of 2 seasons ago, the beginning of last season. So to me, his natural talent is obviously somewhere in between the two things. But if we're gonna get hot streaks for best ball, we want that, right?
Yeah, I mean, he got as hot as anybody, right? That's
right.
Those hot streaks where that, he rode a hot streak all the way to the All-Star game.
Yeah. All right. So you did take Matt Olson there, a nice solid infielder.
Yeah, he's boring, but he's going to give me what I need. Him and Caminero, I'm always kind of like, I don't know. I'm happy owning both.
Yeah.
You know, this part of the draft, it is tough too, because you can't, you literally can't just go all in on one guy.
Yeah, you're giving up the potential on a ton of like options at this if you're just like zoning in on a couple of guys.
Yeah. And if you're wrong on any of them, it'll really derail things. 2 years ago, I struggled. I think I made 2 out of 100. I advanced 2 out of 100 teams. And I think I was very narrow at the top. I was like, instead of taking 6 or 7 guys up there, or 8 guys in that area, I was taking 2 or 3 different guys. And when those guys didn't land, neither did I.
Right. Yeah. And, if they did, who knows that they were even the guys you wanted in the playoffs.
Right.
If you had a high concentration of those guys.
Yeah. Turns out the key was having Kyle Schwarber last year.
Yeah. All right. Let's go with. Let's throw Brandon Nimmo here and open up some Texas build a little bit. No real good stacking partners with who I had. You could have bumped Bo Bichette up quite a bit, but we'll have a chance at him later.
Yeah, he's one I've had a hard time pushing up, which is funny because I owned him all over the place last year. But I think he was going around 100 last year, which was a lot easier to deal with.
Yeah, and he would fall sometimes just because how bad the previous season was.
Yeah. It was him and Springer both were severely discounted as part of that Blue Jays offense last year.
Yeah, and if you were, and Springer projects fine again this year.
Yeah, I doubt he repeats what he did. Because he was an absolute monster last year, but he's a good player.
Oh, I am on the clock. All right. Let's see here. A lot of options. Looking at outfielders
Thank
to
you.
add.
Of course, thank you for letting me come feed these boys.
Oh.
Anytime. Sorry.
That's all right.
Get you guys out of here.
Well, I timed out in the meantime and ended up bumping Corey Seager up 30 picks. So
sometimes you want a guy.
Yeah, I would have had access to him later, but this is this is the let's get different stream maybe, and pull somebody up. I mean, realistically, like Corey Seager next to Trey Turner, like if Corey Seager hadn't been hurt last year, and the year before and so on, but he would be going here.
Yeah, anytime you can get a guy who could reasonably win the MVP, where are we, the 5th round? I don't know. I can live with that.
Yeah.
Jump over. Houston, Seattle, Atlanta, LA.
Yeah, you've opened yourself to stack basically a bunch of the best offenses if you want them.
Yeah, it kind of just fell into place that way. I definitely, that is something I do. I target good offenses, and those are ones that I find myself targeting more and more. Target good offenses, target good hitters, Parks.
Yep,
and those things will work out.
Well, maybe not the Rockies, but
yeah. Target anyone playing them.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
This is some pretty important news today. ESPI says curious to see where Rice ADP goes with the Paul Goldschmidt signing. I don't know. Maybe you missed this.
I actually didn't see it yet.
Yeah. So Yankees did sign Paul Goldschmidt
Interesting.
back. Brian, the beat writer, was already talking about him as the platoon partner to Ben Rice, which the whole offseason news was that
he was going to play against lefties.
Yeah, you're on the clock there, but yeah, he was going to play and start more against lefties. Which, I mean, Paul Goldschmidt could easily get injured. He could still just his rapid decline could completely fall off the cliff. But I did look in like 169 or 100. I got it up here. He faced left-handed hitters. Oh, that's his career splits. In 168 plate appearances, he hit with a WRC plus of 169 against left-handers still last
Goldschmidt
year.
did?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're just gonna play a straight platoon, I think.
Yeah. But
that hurts Rice for sure.
Yeah. He is where is he at now? He's at ADP of 72. And maybe he gets some catching starts. I don't know. It hurt. No doubt about it.
I got a bunch of Judge teams that are not happy about that news.
Yeah.
Oh well, it is what it is.
Yeah, and
it's part of the deal.
It is. The Yankees fans are none too happy about it. I'm gonna steal a falling Jackson Profar from your Atlanta stack.
I love it. I almost took him over Hunter Brown. I didn't think he was taking it back to me. He's a guy I actually sneaky like a lot.
Yeah, he feels a boring guy, but like I would have expected. After PED bust, you come back. I would expect. All right, we are going to add. I think we're going to add Robert here.
Yeah,
as a fourth outfielder over Bo Bichette. I might regret that, but
man, he was until he got traded. Man, he was going out past pick 100.
Yeah, people were able to get quite a bit of value on him if they were taking him. I still have. Oh, Stefan maybe did not hear the news. Takes Ben Rice at 77. No, I still have. I still have my doubts about Robert because he hasn't exactly been good even when he's been healthy.
Yeah, he's just in a way better spot now, though.
Right.
If he's healthy now, he's going to smash. I would think.
I would think, the conversation is, starts to be about motivation and psychology. And I guess my only question is after, 3 years of having no power or not, the speed's still there. It's not like now that he's motivated, his skills just come back.
Right. Yeah, he's definitely not the player he was. And so something's going to have to change. But, the way he swung it well in the second half last year, obviously. And then, going to an offense with Lindor and Soto is different.
Yeah, absolutely.
The
team's just going to score more runs. You're going to get more RBIs, more runs because there's going to be more guys on base and more guys bringing you in.
Yeah. So
I did notice that you skipped over Michael Harris for your Brave stack to take a second pitcher there.
Yeah.
Are you not liking the price on Harris?
I think it's a little too heavy for me because I think it's a guy that I need to see him be better. And he's capable of it. He's flashed. Obviously, he's a speed power guy. I was kind of hoping I might be able to push him through to the next pick. Just kind of hoping nobody else was caring about him either. But I'm all right with how it worked out. So now I get to build a sick pitching staff.
Yeah. Okay. So what's what is your expectation there for Spencer Strider? A year more removed, a full healthy offseason kind of thing.
Yeah, my guess is he's not back to the 185 innings yet, but he threw 125 last year. So if he can give me 150 to 170 innings, even close to the guy we've seen, that just feels like a guy who, when you're looking for the spike weeks, he's a pitcher I like. Obviously, spike week is harder to find in baseball than in football, right? It's one game in football. But the guys that can do it are the pitchers that can go strike out 15 dudes. And even though he was hurt and he wasn't there yet, I've seen him do it too much to. There's some risk attached, obviously, but the reward is what it is.
Yeah, and I did see some Braves. The Braves had to cancel their offseason fan event, but I was watching a clip of him. He's got the mustache back.
Okay,
it's not the full beard. It's not the unshaven look. So I'm gonna grab Elliot Ramos here. I want more of him in my builds. So
he's one I actually almost took him with my last pick. He's kind of got that Profar thing to me where it's like it feels sort of boring for some reason. I don't know. He's like a 5 hitter, I guess. But the numbers just keep getting put up.
Right. Yeah. You don't really know about him because he plays for San Francisco, and that's not like an extreme offensive environment, but he does just kind of keep scoring.
Their offense is one that I actually really like to stack too, though. They got a bunch of good hitters with Chapman and Devers, and obviously Ramos and all those guys. Jung Hoo Lee. There's a bunch of guys. It's like their whole offense is outside of Devers is like almost all boring guys. But boring in baseball doesn't really bother me.
Yeah, absolutely. Matt Chapman is year after year one of my favorite picks that is not going to do anything crazy, but he's just going to score for you.
Yeah.
And I think
every week.
I think there is also a variable on San Francisco that nobody's really talking about this year with a new manager and just like a complete new coaching staff. And we don't know what to expect from a college manager just coming in and pitching in the big leagues.
That's going to be very interesting.
Because if he's going to push Matt Chapman to steal bases again, and just maybe the whole team could steal more bases. I don't know. I feel like in general that team should steal more bases based on who they have.
I agree with that.
Matt Chapman has done it in the past. He had 14 and 9. I think he could push that 14, and I don't know. I think there's a question of.
Well, if that 14 becomes 22, all of a sudden he's of value in a way that he wasn't.
Right. It just added in the best ball scoring on Underdog, we don't specifically love stolen bases, but when you layer on stolen bases to a guy who hits home runs and gets other counting stats and hits doubles, then we just increase that spike week opportunity.
Yep. Yeah, it is funny how many guys who just steal stolen bases. I'm just I'll see you later. If I don't get you past ADP, there's a couple of guys late that I don't mind targeting. But the stolen base is just something that's just not sticky. It's the first one to go away for a lot of guys. Anytime there's an injury or anytime speed starts to decrease. It's the easiest one that can go from 25 to 5 real quick.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden that player is not the same guy anymore.
All right. So you take Blake Snell there. Obviously his outlook is not great at the moment, but with the core that you've already laid down with Brown, Green, and Strider, having Snell to come in later, maybe he starts a month behind or whatever it ends up being. And hopefully, this core that you've set at pitching is just carrying you until then.
You got to sneak in, yeah. Snell's one. He's not the only Dodger that's like this. They have a few guys that I'm I'm probably higher on than the field because I'm not super worried about the injury stuff because if there's injury stuff with those guys, when the Dodgers are getting them ramped up is going to be the end of the Underdog playoffs.
True.
It happened for me last year with Glasnow. He barely pitched at all, but he made 2 starts in the last week of the season for me. So that's the theory with a guy like Snell.
The other thing about people. This is an interesting decision. I've got Jackson Holiday falling down for my Baltimore stack that I kind of wanted to build.
Right.
But I just like Matt Chapman better. There is a question here. SB is, Holiday's an enigma to me. He had max playing time, but didn't do much. I'm not getting too much of him myself. If he is here again, okay. So Dan takes him on me, which is fine.
He's a guy that I always push, though.
Pushing, yeah.
Yeah, like I'll try to push him a full round. I'm with you. I have Chapman ahead of him. That's I believe in production over projection. That's something I don't do a lot of trying to project breakout players. And if Holiday is going to hit, he's going to have to take a step forward. Obviously, freak prospect. Has the bloodlines, has all of the pedigree to break out. But if Matt Chapman goes out and hangs another 1,200 point season, I'm not going to be shocked either. So,
yeah, exactly.
That's where I talk about. I like give me a boring guy.
Yeah, and if I hadn't, I might have thought about going Cowser and Holiday there. That would have been a nice little combo, but I didn't take either one. I did take Chase Burns, who, going back in time, had the hype of the same sort of hype behind him as Paul Skeens back in the college days.
Absolutely. Again, you're talking spike week arms. That's a guy that could easily go strike out 20 guys in a 2-start week.
Yeah, and when I'm spending up on Tariq Skubal, and then I added Framber Valdez as my second pitcher to make that little lefty now Detroit combo. Like getting a potential freak spike week guy there is awesome when I have that core.
Yeah, I do like to have a couple of frontline arms locked in. I think it makes everything a little bit easier. I'm probably more willing than a lot of people to have an ugly looking outfield.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you took Pages, a guy that's not super popular. He's kind of sticking in ADP just because he's an outfielder.
He's an outfielder on the Dodgers. So
right.
It's just that, he's not moving, but that's one of those clicks you make it and you don't even feel great when you do it, but
right. You're just hoping for the same reasonable production that he had last year.
Literally, my thought process is, what if he just does it again? What if he just repeats? Because then he's probably worth that ADP. Am I confident he's going to repeat that offensive season? Not very. It's but with Freeman already in the loop for me, it's an easy one you build a little bit of a stack.
And I don't know that there's anyone really pushing him either for playing time. That's the other thing.
Yeah. I mean, did they sign Kyle Tucker?
Yeah, but
that was them.
Kyle Tucker's not going to play center field for you.
Yeah, he's going to be in left field. Yeah. It is crazy that they can sign a guy like Tucker and Pages doesn't get pushed out of his job.
Right. Yeah. We have for going, the channel here, Sagging Dingers, as a member, you get access to our, little private Discord channel. And that was a conversation that Saints to Death was having after the Paul Goldschmidt signing. It's like, it's crazy that the Dodgers can just sign all these big names, and you never feel like they're really like pushing out a hot prospect out of a position that you're hoping for playing time. I think it's because most of their prospects get traded, or they just wind up as like quadruple A guys that sit there and you don't really hear their name because they never really make it up.
Yeah, they it seems like every year they're moving prospects, and usually they're right about which ones to move.
That's the worst part.
I know.
If you're not a Dodgers fan, like on top of the money, like they just make good decisions otherwise too.
Oh, dude, it's so frustrating because they are such a well-run organization. And they have an unlimited amount of money, so it makes it tough. I'm not in the camp that the Dodgers are ruining baseball.
Yes, I'm also not. I'm in the camp that the other owners are ruining baseball.
Yeah, look, I mean, hey, the Brewers just traded their ace away, right?
Yeah,
and it was a 100% money motivated decision.
Absolutely. If you wanted to win, you would keep him.
Yep. And if you don't, you push him off and you get prospects for him, and that's a frustrating one. I'm sure for you as a Brewers fan.
I've come to accept it, much like, before we started here, you asked me about the weather, much like winter in Wisconsin. I have just come to accept that this is my life as a Brewers fan. This is my life as a Wisconsin resident. I have to endure the months of the cold and the snow. I also have to endure the trading of a guy with 1 year left on his contract.
Yeah, it's your lot in life. Hey, at least it's not doing what the Red Sox are doing, where they make the second best offer to everyone and then pretend they mattered.
Yeah, you are. You're the Boston fan, and this is just a miserable offseason.
It is extremely weird. I don't know. It just feels like there was a lot of opportunity to fix the lineup. And instead they just let Bregman leave.
Right. Yeah. It's ridiculous. Yeah. And then
it's like every year they just chip away an all-star. And it's like last spring they traded away Devers. It's like they're thrilled about the extra wild card spot.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, the Brewers, at least, one of their excuses is that they are in a pretty weak division.
Right.
The Cubs are spending, but nobody else is spending.
Right.
So it's not like they have to compete a ton to even just make the playoffs by winning the division.
Let's see. I'm gonna push him up a little bit. That's another boring guy that I like a lot.
Okay. I do have a little concern with that. He was sort of a max playing time that kind of led to his value last year. I do have some concerns because also last year Blake Perkins was hurt for a while. Garrett Mitchell was obviously hurt for most of the season. So I don't know exactly how that outfield is going to shake out.
They had Isaac Collins too, right?
Right. Thankfully, I don't know, thankfully, because I don't like that trade that the Brewers made with him, but thankfully for playing time for outfielders, with him being gone, that should be pretty decent.
My thing with Frelick is just it's like the Stephen Kwan thing. It is boring, and it doesn't even feel great, but if he's on the field, he's going to put up very boring numbers across the board. It's a little bit of everything. Yeah. So I definitely have a higher ownership of him than I should. This is part of pushing off the outfielders, though. Then you got to start pulling them up.
Yeah.
Once we get past round 12 or so, gotta start making sure I can field the whole outfield.
Right. Ramon Laureano also pulled up here in this room to 157, which is quite ridiculous. All right.
Guys need outfielders though. They go nuts for them.
Yep. I'm going to take two pictures here. I took Aaron Nola before, hoping for just like just a boring output from him. And then Edward Cabrera is the opposite. We're hoping he has now in Chicago has kind of like finally has this breakout, whether it's health related or skill, consistency related. The change of scenery.
I like this team that you're building.
I do too. I snuck in Murakami there and Seaman. Whoops.
Well, Simeon hit in front of, again, right lineup. Murakami's a hard one to project. I have no idea what to expect there.
Yeah.
But I also have no issue drafting the guy.
Right. He feels like a made for best ball kind of guy.
Yep. Especially this late. Take your shot. Hope for the best.
And, conversation over in the Discord that we had was, I was expressing some concerns about his playing time potential if he does just strike out 40% of the time. But as pointed out by the wonderful members there, he actually has a contract that he can't be sent down.
Oh,
he has no options.
So he's gonna play.
Yeah. So that on top of who else is gonna play is another question. It's first base, DH, or whatever, and anybody can kind of play it. But if you're paying for him, and why not keep running him out there, even if he's striking out 40% of the time?
I mean, especially an organization like that. Who else are they going to run out? Feels like once they spend the money, they're putting the guy on the field.
Yeah, exactly.
If he was with the Dodgers, I'd be like, well, he better hit because otherwise they'll just eat the money. But it's the White Sox.
Right. Hopefully they're hoping they're gonna sell some tickets to the Japanese population of Chicago, right?
That's the move. Unfortunately for them, the Japanese fans are all locked in on the Dodgers.
This is true. I don't know. We have the World Baseball Classic coming up. Murakami is playing, so maybe he generates a little buzz. Although that's kind of a untalked about negative. If he is playing, I think he's playing. Now I need to actually, before I say this so matter of factly, let me look this up real quick. Maybe Chad will get to it before I do. Why is it so hard to find just the roster?
I mean, with all the insurance claims and all that stuff going on right now, it's not always easy.
He's third base. Oh, I'm on the clock. Yeah, he's third base on the roster. Let's stick with a boring Chicago White Sox theme here and take Shane Smith as my sixth pitcher. Anyway, so what I was saying is it is kind of maybe a negative that he's not going to be in spring training and facing MLB pitchers.
Right.
I think all things considered, I would rather have him seeing MLB pitchers. Okay, let's add another infielder here.
There we go. There's the scroll down.
Yeah. I'm going to take Jonathan Aranda, who's a guy that I want to get more of, and I keep forgetting about in the last round, because when I get down to where he's going at ADP, I'm not looking for infielders all the time.
Right.
So
He can hit though. Yeah, that's about what he does.
yeah,
Shows up and hits.
I was hoping to get Stacking Dinger's favorite Sal Stewart, but I missed him in the last round. He went in the middle of the last round.
I was interested to see if Suarez signing might knock his ADP down a little bit, but you and your following here are making sure it doesn't happen, man.
Yeah, no, the Sal hive is strong.
Legitimately, that signing happened, and I was like, "Oh, I can get some of them." And then his ADP didn't change.
No, and I mean, you look at the roster resource and stuff it's not taking time from Sal Stewart for that.
No,
it's more other guys.
Yeah. It was they got Suarez for a very, very team friendly deal. But I agree. I don't think he's stopping any real prospect from making it up.
Yeah. Looking at the roster resources projection, they now have Spencer Steer on the bench.
Interesting. I almost just drafted him.
Yeah, so he's I don't know if you want it, but he's the guy that the ADP is going to fall after the signing.
If it's going to fall, I'd be interested, because if he gets on the field, I don't hate him. But Paredes was an easy pick there.
Okay.
He's not blocked by anybody, and I needed an infielder.
Okay, I mean there is still some kind of rumors and stuff floating that he's going to be traded out of there.
I hope he gets traded to Boston.
There you go.
Yeah.
That would be the talk about. I mean, he's with the Crawford boxes in Houston. His hitting profile already fits that, but it also fits very well with the Green Monster out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
In
Deadpool hitter in Fenway.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that would make me feel better about their offseason too, because they need a guy who can thump.
Absolutely. I mean, you're not saying that bringing IKF made you feel good?
No. I don't even know how to answer that. No. I'm glad they signed a positive WAR player. That's the best thing that I can say about that signing.
Fair enough. Yeah, he's still going to get there. Huge versatility still.
He's a good player, and there's a need for him and a spot for him. I just don't love that he's the exciting free agent signing of the offseason.
Yes, exactly. It's not what the Red Sox should be doing as the organization that they are.
No, Pete Alonso was pretty affordable and filled a lot of needs for them.
That's true.
And then they watched as he signed with Baltimore instead. All right.
Yeah.
There's the stolen base guy I was talking about.
Okay, so you are in on Chandler Simpson.
At 208, I'll take him.
Yeah. My biggest fear is that he's just not even going to play.
Oh, there's a real chance he's not any good at baseball.
Right.
He's fast, and if he hits, he'll keep the job. But he has less power than either of us.
And that's hard I haven't to do. Seen.
Assuming his whole game is slap the ball on the ground and beat it out. He's Juan Pierre.
I don't know that name.
Juan Pierre was like an all-star way back in the late 90s, early 2000s, who just stole a ton of bases.
Okay. I was thinking Billy Hamilton, but
Billy Hamilton's probably faster, I would think. But maybe not. This kid did steal a bunch of bases last year.
Okay, I'm going to take Ivan Herrera here.
He's one that I really like.
Seventh.
Catchers just always, I feel like there's a chance they're not going to hit the way they should.
Yeah, I just don't think he's going to catch much this year.
I think the bat's too special.
Yeah.
Nick Castellanos is another one that's interesting because it sounds like they're going to cut him.
Right. Nobody wants to pay his salary. They're going to cut him.
If he gets cut, though, he's got to end up somewhere else, right?
I would guess.
Like on a league minimum?
Yeah, he's not. I don't think he's the type to just retire.
Yeah. Where he ends up is obviously a different animal.
I'm going to add Evan Carter, who is a new guy.
Love that.
I want to build into him this year at the price. I've been very anti-Evan Carter, but that was when he was going way early and didn't have
his ADP last year was like the third round.
Right.
Like it was 100 picks too early. I do like the pick though because I'm sure you do remember how good he was when he first came up.
Yes, absolutely. That playoff year, he was excellent. He did not hit lefties, so I think he is likely platoon. But also, Texas isn't super deep of a team.
Yeah.
All right. SB says here that there's almost no depth in the Rays outfield. Could be a volume play. I think they have a there's no good depth, but they have a ton of outfielders. Who did they just sign today? Just signed another. I gotta look this up. Doing too much looking up. I should just know stuff, right? I should know everything if I'm going to talk about it.
I mean, there's like 1,200 baseball players. We know too much about most of them.
That's true. No, they just because the Marlins just cut Victor Mesa Jr., who was when he first was drafted was kind of an exciting prospect that never
big prospect from Cuba.
Yeah, him and his brother.
Yeah.
Was Victor Mesa and Victor Mesa?
Yeah. It's like the Odor family. The dad was like, "Listen, I like this name, Victor. We're gonna roll with it." I
do love your Isaac Collins pick, though. We were just talking about him not being on the Brewers, but you want to talk about a guy in the last round who's just set up for maximum playing time in KC, even though I don't. I think what we saw out of him last year was over like the peak production what we saw him, but he's got such an everyday role in KC.
Yep, and again, boring, right? It's a floor play, but I don't, especially at this point in the draft, I really don't mind taking a floor, a floor guy to round things out.
Yeah,
how do I want to?
He's also this? a player that's not being drafted every time.
Right.
So you get him to the finals and he has just one spike week. You're going to have a huge leverage on everybody. Okay, David Peterson.
I grab him late a lot. Yeah, David Peterson is – I don't love the pick, but he's going to be in a rotation. He just gives me a guy to make sure I have somebody making starts on a team that also has Strider, Snell, and Glass now. Yeah,
that makes sense. Compared to Hurst and Waldrop, who just went there, who might start in the minors. So my question here now, taking Skubal, Valdez, Burns, Nola, Cabrera, and Shane Smith, do I throw a seventh pitcher? I'm good at infield. I'm probably good at outfield, but Matt Wallner's just sitting up here at the top staring at me. And so I'm going to make this a 6-7-7 build. I don't do a ton of these, but spending early on Tariq Skubal, I think we're going to do that.
What do you think your typical build probably is?
Oh, it's 7-7-6 by far.
7 pitchers, 7 infielders, 6 outfielders?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm typically 7.76, and whatever I draft early is usually what I end up with the least. Which is funny because I took 2 outfielders today and then still ended up with 8.
Well, you did
Very,
get
very, very rarely do I go to 8 at any spot now.
right. Yep, and the data has shown us that the 8 at any spot kind of has always performed worse in general.
Yep.
Let's take a look at that team. So you went 6-6-8, Hunter Brown, Hunter Green, Spencer Strider, Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow, David Peterson. I think if this is me, I'm worried about the Snell and Glasnow together on a 6-pitcher team.
Yep. I think I should have grabbed the 7th arm.
Yeah.
I wanted Brady Singer instead of David Peterson. He went right before my 19th round pick. Because he's a little bit more boring and a little bit more. I probably would have grabbed them both and not taken Collins.
Yeah, that's fair. Matt Olson, Freddie Freeman, Austin Riley, Nico Horner, Gleyber Torres, Isaac Praise. This is perfectly acceptable 6 infield team. We're just Matt Olson, Freddie Freeman, Austin Riley just seem like they could put up, just in their sleep, put up enough score to score enough to be your scoring guys.
Yeah.
And then you did go with the 8 outfielders: Julio Rodriguez, Jordan Alvarez, Ande Pages, Trent Grisham, Selfree, Jordan Beck, Chandler Simpson, Isaac Collins. Yeah, I think if I'm being hypercritical, I want Chandler Simpson, another pitcher.
Yeah.
And I like Isaac Collins over Simpson. So, but
yeah. No, even Beck. I could have pushed the pitcher there.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you are walking around a baseball field on your phone and talking about it as you draft. So I think we can give you a little bit of slack on.
I just need those pitchers to stay healthy, which is obviously the big question mark of that whole group of pitchers.
Of any pitcher, to be honest.
Yeah, but like Strider, Glasnow, Snell, and Hunter Green, that just feels like 4 arms that are always ready to explode.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, the year Hunter Green stays healthy is just going to be the best year for being a baseball fan. He's just an awesome pitcher to watch.
It's when he's on, he's electric. Do you think this was a pretty typical draft for you?
No, this was, I'm not taking Scooble. I'm not doing 6-7-7. I do think that, the Chase Burns is a target. Edward Cabrera is a target. I don't mind Shane Smith as boring late pitcher. And then, Baltimore, a little bit of that. Yeah. Otherwise, the rest of the team is a lot of names that I'm fine with. I'm not taking a ton of Texas up to this point, but I do want to build some of them in because I think they have a high upside.
That's fair.
All right.
Yeah, looking at mine, let's see. I do think Atlanta is one of my primary stacks. I think the Dodgers I stack a lot. I ended up with Paredes and Alvarez, both from Houston.
Accidental stack. We like those.
Yeah, that's always nice. That's the stuff you talk about, like walking around the field and not have. I can't even take credit for that one. That just worked out. Oh,
yeah.
All right.
That was awesome. I don't think I could have done it from a remote location. I'm used to my comfy chair here, but I appreciate you joining me tonight, John.
Yeah, happy to be here. I'm through more than half of my drafts now.
Okay. Do you plan on slowing down or wait for some news?
No, we our games start in about 2 weeks.
Okay.
And I have a kid due in April. So
congratulations.
So thank you. But I will, the next month I'm probably going to be just trying to knock everything out so I can max it before I get busy.
Yeah. Life, is the priority as much as we love drafting.
Yeah, it's a good hobby, but that's all it is right now.
Yep. I mean, it helped last year pay for probably a few baby things.
Yeah. You know, it changed it changed how I'm going to play baseball this year for sure.
Yeah.
You know, I will max out everything except probably the eliminator. That price point's a little high for me. I think we talked about this the other day.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't honestly don't love the eliminator tournament as much as other people, I think, too. So it's hard to spend the same money on that one that it's going to cost to play the dinger.
Yep.
Like overall, you know.
I agree. Yeah, I'm doing a couple just to, you know, be tuned into that format. I do have kind of a little bit of a hint that we, instead of a fourth bunt, we might be having a small eliminator. Fingers crossed.
All right. See, I would
next.
give me those $3 to $5 buy-ins, Underdog, and you will get my money.
Yeah.
So simple as that.
Hopefully that does come about, and that's not I'm spreading false rumors here, but
planting seeds of rumors that are going to turn into real things.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm going to go message some of them right now and be like, hey, I heard we're going to get a small eliminator. That's great.
How about you phrase it? I would like a small eliminator. I've heard nothing. Matthew did not say anything on a scream out loud about this.
He just, I think he would love one too. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. I would draft that more than the $50 for sure.
I would too. Yeah. I'd like that. I mean, I wish we got the same ones we got for football, you know, but until they can max everything out, they're not going to do it.
Yeah.
So if you're listening to me, baseball community, fill up these tournaments.
Exactly. I think that's an awesome way to end the stream here. So, John, thank you for joining me. Everybody, thanks for hanging out for the draft. Hopefully the chaos of John moving around did not throw off your ADHD too much. But yeah,
it locked mine in.
Perfect. Yeah, I think I might actually draft better if I was pacing around, because that's how I talk on the phone and, you know, do my best thinking. So
yeah, it gives you a chance. Yeah, give it a shot. Next time you draft, get up and move around the room a little bit.
All right.
All right, man. Thank you so much for having me. I'll talk to you soon.
Yes. All right. Take care, everybody.